Okay, let's get on to the main event. Daniel Dubois, the new IBF world champion, against Anthony Joshua. Usyk the other night, he just come out, didn't he? He's like, oh, you got a little fight at Wembley, have you? You're fighting at Wembley? Oh, go on and you can have my little belt. There you go, chaps. You enjoy that? Hope you have a nice little fight for my little belt after I've schooled you two. Twice you, AJ, and once you, Dubois already, and Fury as well. So, go on, you have a little fight at Wembley. Yes, the new world champion, Daniel Dubois. I was glad that Daniel Dubois sat up there and sort of didn't really acknowledge it because he was like, I've got to earn this, which I liked. But yeah, incredible fight, I think. I absolutely love it. Who's going first? Or give me your thoughts surrounding it as well, because we got the old gloves. Was it gloves are off or just sitting around the round table, weren't they? And it kicked off. Daniel Dubois got a bit of spite in him these days, and I am here for it. He's pissing off everyone he gets in front of. I love it. He's the daddy.
Yeah, mate.
Go on, Johnny B, you can go first.
He was game, wasn't he? Daniel Dubois. He was game, mate. I tell you what, when we can go now or something, he said it sort of in a fun way, but he sort of meant it. And then Anthony Joshua, like leaning back in his chair, like, what did he say? He said, like, don't do that, or don't you dare, like, whatever he said. It was like he's out of fucking Goodfellas or something. I thought, fucking hell, this geezer's going to Hollywood, isn't he, after this? But then put a chair across your face and that. Yeah, I suppose they needed a little bit of something for the fight, didn't they? I think Warren and Hearn were happy with that. But, yeah.
Do you think it was engineered beef, or do you think that was real?
Maybe.
I think it was real, John.
You think?
I don't think they've got that in them, the pair of them, have they? I don't seem the type to... If it was Tyson Fury on there, you'd think it was engineered beef, like he did with Deontay Wilder in the first fight, and then you see pictures of him in the back room fucking sitting down having a cup of tea with him after. I don't think it was like that. I think that was real. And
it was real, but, Anthony Joshua, mate, he's got some fast twitch muscle fibres, and it took him about an hour to get up from his chair. Got up all slow, and I'm thinking, if he's real... Do you get up that slow? I don't know. It's like you're getting up with hoping that someone gets in the middle.
He tried to belittle him as well, Daniel Dubois, and Dubois weren't having none of it. I don't know, like, don't talk, like, talking down to you, exactly. Little child. Like, don't talk to me like that, you little child almost.
So like, that's how Goodfellas, the way he was, like, looking down at him, and I'm thinking, get on you, bruv. Fucking hell, man.
Don't take disrespect lightly.
That was it, yeah.
I don't take disrespect lightly, I don't take disrespect lightly, but
who do you think you are?
Yeah, that's the bit that triggered him. And he went, who do you think you are? And you saw in Dubois' face, he weren't playing either.
Nah, mate.
Nah.
And even when he went, no, when he was getting pulled away, Daniel Dubois, he was quite angry as well. Come on, let's have it. Let's fucking have it. And you know what? When you get two fellas like this, right? Big heavyweights, massive knockout power that have both, got off the floor, whole world questioned their heart, their desire, being called a quitter by everyone. Makes you a very, very dangerous man when you no longer give a fuck what people say. You really couldn't give a shit, or you lose all your inhibitions. Like, what can anyone say or do to either of these men? Ain't been fucking said or done before. Now, in a boxing ring, outside of a boxing ring.
I know what you can do. You could release a few fucking messages. That's what you can do.
Like Carl Froch. Carl Froch.
Talk about it.
So that's what makes this the most intriguing fight, is both of their journey to get to this point. Daniel Dubois is a world champion, I suppose, an email world champion. He did win the WBA regular belt, went over there and beat Trevor Bryan. But you forget, Daniel Dubois is still only 26 years of age. 26, feels like he's had 3 careers already. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like he ain't even fucking started. I think we did this before, and I told you lot where AJ and Fury and Usyk were at 26. Nowhere near where Daniel Dubois is. And you know what? We could be looking at, forget about Fury and Joshua, we could be looking at the best British heavyweight we've had in Daniel Dubois. We could be looking at him because he ain't even got his man strength yet. He's had his chin checked. He's got up off the floor. He's had his eye socket broken.
He got his eye socket checked by the doctor. Fucking chin checked.
But you know what I mean, though. He's beaten Hrgovic. Good fight.
Jarrell Miller.
Yeah, he beat your fucking best
Gerald
fat mate.
Miller,
Yeah,
fucking
Gerald
had a
Miller.
life or death with Gerald Miller. Right, look, let me put some parliamentary procedure on this.
Hate it when you say that. It makes it sound like I'm fucking talking shit. When you
No,
say, let's get some
just
parliamentary procedure.
let me just say this: is that Daniel Dubois, in terms of the belt, the IBF belt, what a load of bollocks! It's like this is why we need to get rid of the belts. We have to speak about it. Why did the IBF just not say you're both going to fight for a vacant belt? Why give it to Daniel Dubois? Because it's like.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
know.
he's going to go around now. Not that I don't think he's like that, and you just said that as well, Unc. But it's like forever now. Whenever he's on TV in the future and he talks, he's the pundit. It will come up across the bottom, heavyweight world champion. And you're not. You weren't a heavyweight world champion. You just given the belt. They don't mean anything. Like this doesn't mean anything to me. Freeweight world champion Anthony Joshua. It don't mean nothing. The only world champion in this division is Usyk. So you two fighting for this belt. It's just a load of bollocks. It's like we all just go along with it. It's like this is like
Yeah, but what if it was vacant, John? Would you have accepted
it's still
it?
a load of bollocks. It's still a load of bollocks.
Why?
Because you can't have more than one world champion in my eye. There's either one world champion. It's like you've got multiple world champions. It don't mean anything. It's for the broadcasters. It's for the fucking casuals. It's just you're either a world champion or you're not, in my opinion. So they're fighting for a belt. What does it mean? You're a world champion. What's the definition of being a world champion? I don't know. There's four belts.
Beat the world. I don't know. I don't know where you're going.
There's only one world champion. Is there not in each division?
No, there ain't. No.
Yeah, because you've got multiple world champions. So everyone's walking around saying I'm a world champion. It devalues everyone else's
fucking
belt.
digressing into a completely different conversation.
If everyone's a world champion, does it mean anything if you're a world champion? So there's four belts. So do you want 10? So the top 10 are all world champions?
Oh, you're getting silly now. Fucking hell, mate.
Well, it's bullshit.
It's silly,
anyway.
innit?
It's bullshit. No, because you just lost the argument. That's why it's gone
No,
silly for you.
you lost it. You started talking some nonsense, gaslighting people.
You lost it. You know what you're talking about.
Go. What's your predictions on the old fight then, John?
My prediction on the fight is, I think if you can get hit with that right hand as much by Hrgovic, I think Anthony Joshua's cuter, and I think he's going to walk you onto something. Don't get me wrong. Daniel Dubois is a live dog. He's got a good balance, got good fundamentals. He's got a good jab. He's got a good 1-2 and decent balance, and like willing to throw his hands. Like against Hrgovic, he was doubling up that jab, stepping in and just throwing his hands, throwing when Hrgovic threw and pushing his back. And he definitely had his chin checked. He could take a punch because he landed a couple of times flush Hrgovic. So if he goes in with that strategy, he is a live dog. Don't blink. Don't blink if he goes in there with that strategy. I just think Anthony Joshua's too cute. I just think he's too cute, and I just think he walks him onto something. And I think Anthony Joshua can take a shot as well. I think we've seen him dropped, but we've seen him get up. And I think he took a decent shot off Povetkin as well back in the day. No one really talks about that. He sort of took a decent body shot off of Dillian White. No one really talks about that. You talk more about the fragility of Anthony Joshua, but you've seen him in situations where he took punches, do you know what I mean, and marched forward. So I think he beats Daniel Dubois. But I tell you this as well, if no one's seen it, I mentioned it on the other pod, watch the Seconds Out with Daniel Dubois' dad, because he's a fascinating guy. But he said in that, when Daniel Dubois fought Joe Joyce, he couldn't handle it. So he walked out of the arena just before the fight. He goes, and I think that really affected Daniel. He goes, so after that, so he goes, he's only now just started going in the corner. So against the Gerald Miller, that was the first time, I think, that he actually went into the corner of that fight. And he's getting more and more, he has more and more of a voice in Daniel Dubois' corner now for every fight. And he said that in the interview. And I think that might play a part. I think he's that type of guy. He might need his dad there. He seems like the guy that needs the arm over the shoulder, as in, you can do this, that type of motivations. I think Daniel Dubois is going to get that from his dad now. So who knows? Who knows?
I don't think that's a good thing. Needing someone to tell you you can do this.
It worked against
Gerald Miller,
though.
AJ.
It worked against Gerald Miller.
AJ. But we had our say about Gerald Miller. Gerald Miller is shit without
a life and death with Dubois.
A pharmacy inside him.
Shit, anyway.
Yeah, so listen, I love Daniel Dubois these days, and I said it in a video. I said I will never ever write his will off again, right? And a few people come back at me because I picked Joshua to win this fight, and they all said, "Oh, you said you never go against Dubois again." I will never write Daniel's will off again because I always thought he might be a bit of a quitter. I don't think that now. I think the man's got heart of a lion. I love it. But I think he's going to get pulverised in this fight. I really do. And I think it's going to be within 7 rounds. It could even be a lot earlier than that. I think it could be around 3 or 4 rounds. I just think, like you said, John, he just got hit by so many right-handers from Hrgovic, and those right-handers from AJ, he ain't taking them. He is not taking. I don't care how good his chin is. I don't see him taking them on the basis that nobody else has been able to take them. Who else has been able to take them shots? No one, really. So, yeah. But I mean, he's much more cleaner to hit Dubois than a lot of people AJ has fought, in my opinion. And I think he's going to get pulverised. But I love Daniel Dubois. I wish him best of luck. But, yeah, I think this is a different league to where he's been fighting recently. And that's that.
Yeah, so earlier on I said Daniel Dubois could be the face of British boxing. Forget about Fury and Joshua. Yeah, that's not going to happen. It's not going. This is going to be exactly as
he's
you both
going to be
said.
great, though. He'd be great.
He's only
boxing,
26. Like, even if he loses this fight, and in 2 years' time, those the other guys retire, he'll only be 28, 29, and he could be the face of the British, heavyweight division then. But I mean, then you're going to have others coming up. Your Johnny Fishers and your Fabio Wardleys is still knocking about. He's 30 years old now. But then you're going to have the next batch coming up. But even Dubois is even younger than most of them. It's fucking nuts how young this kid is.
Mate, he could get to like 50 fights throughout his career, couldn't he? He's already on like 20 odd, isn't he?
He's learning on the job, I think. I think he's got good fundamentals. I think he is too easy to hit. I think AJ will, the whole step back right hand. I think that's just
asking
begging
for it, isn't it? Begging.
Yeah.
And
just leave the jab out, get him to bite
League.
on the jab, step back, big right hand down the pipe. It's just whether Dubois can take the shot. He took Hrgovic's shot, but Hrgovic is not really a one-punch knockout artist. Joshua is. So it's he's in danger here. But if he's able to take a couple of big backhands from Joshua and keep marching forward, fuck knows what happens.
That's the whole.
I'll change my tune if I see that, but I just
thing.
don't think he will.
And the thing with Dubois, he only knows how to fight one way. He's coming forward, directly coming forward in front of you. But that does play into Joshua's hands. He's begging for the counter, whatever right hand. But I say if he just clips Joshua, do we get the whole fucking trauma of Andy Ruiz? Does it all come flooding back?
Because he hits harder than Ruiz. He hits harder than I think Dubois hits harder than a lot of heavyweights.
Yeah,
I mean, he's in the
don't
top
blink.
5.
It's a don't blink fight. But yeah, I just got to say, I think Joshua gets there first, and I think he's going to hurt him early.
Yeah, it's possible.
But yeah, for however long it lasts, it could be brilliant.
Listen, I remember listening to a Fight Disciples podcast many years ago, and Nick Pete said about Daniel Dubois, this is before he lost to Joyce, he said one day Joshua's going to be staring from the flat of his back up at Daniel Dubois' face. He said
really?
Did
he?
Said this about 5 years ago. I can't remember the pod. I know the Fight Disciples listen to us. Big up Fight Disciples.
Nick
Pete
said you also said that Callum Smith was going to beat Artur Beterbiev. So
Don't call him out on the Scousers. Don't call him out on the Scousers. He's got to
we all fuck up predictions, don't we?
But yeah, fucking hell.
Me, mate.
That's a big call, though. Well.
He said it. He should clip that. Adam Catchell should be clipping that now if it happens.
Yeah.
And it can happen.
It's definitely doable. Yeah, definitely.
I'd be surprised.
I mean, in Joshua's track record of the last 4 fights, he ain't fought no one anywhere near as good as Dubois. And he certainly ain't fought anyone anywhere near as who's got the power that Dubois has in God knows how many fights. A long way back till probably Andy Ruiz, really. Discounting Francis Ngannou, who's not a boxer at the end of the day. So, yeah.
Dubois should be champion now anyway.
He should be champion.
Before. Yeah, when he beat
undisputed.
You're so all about that. Then that's why last week you said who put the better performance in, Tyson Fury or Joshua to Usyk. You didn't even mention fucking Daniel Dubois, did you?
Yeah, I know because I
it's only when it suits, isn't
it? Right,
fair enough.
Yeah, man. So I suppose that's that. A fantastic card in September, and I think it's already sold out, by the way. Or is it? Was that a first batch of tickets?
That was another thing.
You've got some fucking phone calls in there, Unk.
I'll be making some phone calls, don't you fucking worry. Faxes, I'm not promising anything, but I shall be making some phone calls.
Fucking pick it outside the headquarters.
Yeah, man.
Have you noticed the poster? It's Joshua v. Dubois. Yet Dubois the IBF world champion. Fucking get out of
Yeah,
here,
well, the
man.
posters are all over the fucking shop, as you can see.
Yeah, I don't know what
The
they're
whole
doing,
order
man.
is a bit cock up as well.
Also, I wonder what the splits are. If Dubois the champion, is he not getting 75%? That's what he
This
should
is
be
what I'm
getting.
saying. It's all a fugazi. It's just bullshit. This belt.
Fugazi. It's a
It's
fugazi.
all a load of
Yeah.
bollocks.
And Liam Gallagher's on.
I know. That's wicked.
Love it. Yeah, man.
I've been seeing some things. Apparently, him and Noel are
Oh, mate.
rekindling.
Oh, are
I'd
they?
give
Yeah,
Eddie
Oh,
apparently.
love it. The sunshine.
Oh, mate.
Fucking hell, give me
Gonna
some
get
of
his
that at
glory out
Wembley.
If that ever happens.
Yeah.
If that ever happens, he might be
I
getting a
picked
live
up,
masturbation.
just for people who don't know, I'm a black cab driver. I love Oasis, right? Just whatever. And I was driving down Regent Street in my cab, see Noel Gallagher with his arm out. I thought, fucking hell, I'm going to pick Noel Gallagher up. I was on the Bluetooth, whatever, to my girlfriend at the time. So I'm going to pick Noel Gallagher up. Done a U-turn, got in. All right, where do you want to go? He lived up in Marylebone. I had my golf clubs in the front at the time when I was just playing golf. And then dropped him there, got out, didn't say one word to him the whole way. He comes out and goes, oh, you playing golf? I went, yeah. But I went in his house, I phoned my girlfriend up. She goes, what did he say? Was you all right? Do you know you're a massive fan? He put his arm on. I went, I didn't say a fucking word to him. I shit myself, man. Just got starstruck. Proper.
Oh,
That's how
I bet you look back in
Jones.
anger at that, didn't
Yeah.
you? Bosh.
Mate, listen, you just got to roll with it.
Yeah, man. Right, Wonderwall. Wonderful.